The final shape showcase just concluded and it was incredible. We got a look at the final shape itself, launching February 27, 2024, the conclusion to the first Saga of Destiny. Cade 6 is returning. We're heading inside the heart of the Traveler to stop the Witness once and for all. A campaign raid along with new enemies called the Subjugators, new Arc, Solar, and Void supers, exotics, weapons, subfamilies like pistol rockets, and much more. Also launching today is Season of the Witch. We'll briefly touch on that, but we're going to talk about everything you need to know about the final shape and the next Saga of Destiny 2. Welcome Guardians, let's dive right in.
So I'm asking you one last time to rise.
Let's first start with the final shape. The final shape will take place inside the Traveler, the pale heart of the Traveler as Bungie calls it. We've seen the Witness reference this in the Witch Queen cutscene. We've speculated it could have been the Veil, but now we know the truth, it's inside the Traveler. At the end of Lightfall's campaign, the Witness tricked us and opened this portal inside the Traveler. It's been there for a while, and over the next couple of seasons we'll learn how to enter it ourselves. The Traveler is asking us for help. We have the ability to protect every living thing from what the Witness intends to do, freeze time in this final shape the way it sees fit, the perfect universe, the perfect shape. Inside the pale heart of the Traveler, the Witness has its darkness. The pale heart is what it wants to gain connection to the light and enact this final shape. Throughout the trailer and images, you can see parts of it frozen in time in what it thinks is perfection, but it actually looks quite strange, like statues with limbs in certain directions. As for the location itself, this is an infinite, vast, unknowable expanse called the Pale Heart. The Witness entered during the end of Lightfall's campaign and has had some time to shape what it feels is right. When we first enter the Pale Heart, it shapes around what we've experienced, the Traveler recreating the world from our journey. We'll see places like the Destiny 1 Tower, the Cosmodrome, inspiration from our journey over the last 10 years. But Bungie said this is the first linear destination in Destiny. It's a big environment, but more linear. You start in the safety of these places like the D1 Tower and escalate in danger as you progress through the stories and spaces shaped. As you approach the Witness's monolith, things get more strange. As for the campaign, the Vanguard is back together. After you reach the monolith and finish the campaign, the entire destination will be opened, and the Pale Heart will react to you and what you're doing. We will confront the Witness in the raid, but as teased, this may not be enough, whatever that means. Maybe we get some type of mission. In this mysterious realm, there's also new enemies called the Subjugators. Ralk called himself a Subjugator, and these enemies kind of look like him. Maybe they're built or shaped after him by the Witness. They use stasis, strand powers in support of other enemies fighting alongside them. They'll be able to freeze you, use tangles, and so on. Now, a big point of this location is seeing returning areas from previous expansions and our memories. The Traveler is literally shaping this stuff around us, and the Witness seems to be doing the same sort of thing, or influencing the Traveler to do it this way. Some new supers are on the way. Not an entirely new subclass, but new supers for Arc, Solar, and Void. For Warlocks, we have a new Solar super, which is a callback to Radiance from Destiny 1. It's a first-person super like Golden Gun. Unleash your inner phoenix with every attack, buff your weapons, allies, and harness the living solar flame. For the Titans, you have Twilight Arsenal. The Titan will jump up, summon a Void Axe, and can throw multiple of them. The cool thing though is that these axes can be picked up by Guardians and used like a normal weapon, kind of like a sword. And the new Hunter Arc Super, you can take a knife, throw it across the world, and blink to that position. That's not all though, after that you can do some damage out of it, some heavy attacks, whatever you feel like doing. You can blink around and do this 3 times. Dagger in hand, become the arc flashing in the darkness, the edge of the storm your enemies cannot outrun. I can definitely see that being interesting in PvP. What about weapons for the final shape? Well, they first talked about the brand new exotic Tessellation. This is a damage switching pyramid weapon that goes in the energy slot. Purpose carved from meaninglessness, the chance generation of the universe crafted into beauty intentionally. If you pre-order the final shape and annual pass, you can instantly unlock this exotic fusion rifle.
Exotic pyramid fusion rifle, it has the really intriguing property of adapting your Guardian's current damage type.
This will be the first time that you can run a weapon that can adapt to be strand or stasis in the energy slot, so you'll be able to run an entirely strand or entirely stasis loadout. Tessellation has the additional property that you can special reload to reshape your grenade and suck it into the weapon, and then fire out a super destructive single projectile. It's a really special weapon. What if Golden Gun was a sniper rifle?
What if you could harness the might of the Traveler? You know, we had a moment where we saw that Traveler Beam cutscene. I know people on Weapons went, I kind of want that. You're like, that is incredibly dope.
So we've got this opportunity to bring back these iconic Destiny 1 weapons, but really turn it into something that feels unique in Destiny 2.
We have to bring Kvotov into the fold.
The Red Death exotic pulse rifle.
And Dragon's Breath.
The game will be also introducing new weapons subfamilies like the Rocket Pistol Sidearm family. These will be tiny sidearms with slow-moving rockets, but they will pack a punch and some AoE damage, a mix of regular and rocket weapon stats. Next to that, you have the support auto frame. So you can fire the auto rifles normally, killing your enemies, or switch it and heal your allies instead, providing that support you may need in the battles. The new season launching today is Season of the Witch. It involves the Guardians wielding hive magic to fight against Xivu Arath and learn these secrets from Savathun. Eris determines that we must use hive energy ourselves to fight, tithing all this energy to her herself as she becomes this hive form. The activities are called Altars of Summoning. It's a 3-player activity. As you progress, you fill your tithing bucket and get rewards at the end. Savathun's Spire is also a 3-player offensive using Lucent Hive magic. Lots of enemies, random encounters, and this is a place where Savathun experimented with the light before she learned how to efficiently use it or acquire it. Also in this season is the Deck of Whispers, a deck of cards that's sort of roguelike and great for build crafting and changing the way you play. Also launching today is the Exotic Mission Rotator for Presage, Vox Obscura, and Operation Seraph Shield. Exotics from these, when they are available, will be craftable. A new Vex Network themed PvP map is available today, along with some new Crucible modes like Relic. The raid reprisal will be Crota's End, and it looks like we get some changes to it along with Age of Triumph armor returning.
I have seen what the Hive call a god.
Here's some random final shape changes they mentioned. Some activities will be power fixed. Power level won't matter and anybody will be able to jump in and play them. Don't worry though, power will still be enabled in those high level activities like nightfalls and raids. Also being introduced is Fireteam Power. You can bring your friends along with you to play dungeons or higher activities like raids without them having to be a certain power level. When they join a lobby, whatever the highest character's power level is, it'll bring everybody else closer up to them so they can experience it. And lastly, we have Fireteam Finder. I can't remember when they said this is available, but this is the in-game LFG system where you can find players to play with. Available today, a new feature called Timeline Reflections. Missions from previous expansions that represent important parts of the story are now playable. These aren't just the missions themselves as you've known them in the past. They will include additional pieces of narrative to explain why things happened the way they did. A great example is a Forsaken mission where Cade's last stand is included. That's going to be pretty important because, well, he's returning in the final shape, so you can experience some of those missions available today. Let's next talk about the next saga of Destiny. The final shape is not the end. In fact, Bungie says things are going to get bigger and better. They are changing up the way things work though, the sort of seasonal model. We're not going to get 4 seasons anymore, but rather 3 larger episodes throughout the year. The first ones being called Echoes, Revenant, and Heresy. Each episode will contain new story content and rewards, including a new exotic mission, exotic weapon, and armor. Episodes will be split into 3 acts, with a new act releasing every 6 weeks, containing new stories, quests, activities, weapons, artifact mods, pass ranks, and rewards. Each episode is standalone, so you can enjoy them in any order you want. These will include deeper story moments, more weapons, more loot, and more often. Bungie says episodes are a new innovative way for players to engage with Destiny 2. So this sounds great. I love Destiny. This is going to be an epic conclusion in the final shape, hopefully, and the game is going to continue in this new episodic cadence. 3 giant episodes. You can see the first one goes from March to June, then July to October, and November to February. 3 acts in each that last 6 weeks each, bringing new quests, new story elements, and they said this will include more cinematic content than they've ever done, so that'll be exciting to see. But Guardians, there you have it, a recap of the information from the Destiny 2 showcase for the final shape and the next saga. Let me know what you're excited to see in the comments down below and how you feel about this new episode structure. If you'd like to see some more Destiny news, lore, and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching and I'll catch you all in the next video.